Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, New Orleans Saints, remember that time you went 5-0? Missed the playoffs? I do. How about that time your absolutely nuts defensive coordinator paid his players to injure people and made this audio?
We've got to do everything in the world to make sure we kill Frank Gore's head.
Oh, you're probably triggered on that. That's not cool.
Yeah, we know you got screwed by the refs, but stop being a bitch and get over it. The way to do that would be not suing the NFL, then in the most New Orleans thing ever, finding a crooked judge to let the ridiculous case keep going. You whined enough to get the rules changed, please shut the fuck up. The lawsuit is weirder than Mike Ditka's Ricky Williams fetish. You know what it would take to get you to drop that lawsuit? A miracle.
Smoke weed every day.
Your season would be as clean as this jersey if you didn't lose to the Bucks in week 1, but I guess the past is the past, right? I'd say the Saints colors and uniforms do an outstanding job of representing the city and culture of New Orleans. Not far away is the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, which survived one of the most catastrophic storms in US history. I think if I look around hard enough, I can find the generator that Roger Goodell pulled the plug on during Super Bowl 47. The structure has hosted the most Super Bowls at 7 and counting. Nothing says team spirit like a dog and his best friend as Gumbo electrifies the crowd while his master Sir Saint walks around with 2 testicles draped over his chin. Seriously, did nobody on the design team notice that Sir Taint literally has a scrotum on his face? I hear it's a spectacle with these two anytime the dude eats peanut butter. Hopefully this video doesn't get demonetized now.
That's the guy whose chin looks like a ball.
Bounties have been a thing in the NFL probably since its inception. However, this is one that got out of hand. The Saints ran a bounty program from 2009 to 2011, which encouraged big hits and injuries to opponents. Makes sense, but the NFL had sent a memo around saying not to do this, and you know that ticks off the ginger hammer. As a result, the Saints were fined heavily and lost high draft picks. Sean Payton and Jonathan Vilma were suspended a year, and Greg Williams indefinitely. Goodell, play harder, lose a year, hit a woman, 2 games.
New Orleans Saints Gail Benson. Gail Benson is the widow of former car salesman Tom Benson, who owned many dealerships in Texas and Louisiana. R.I.P. Tom Benson, who fired his own daughter from the Saints and wrote his children out of his will, and then settled with his adopted daughter for $1 billion. That whole situation is weird.
Do you know what hurts more than being 0-13? Blowing the second largest lead in NFL history to become 0-14. In 1980, the Saints were surprisingly giving the 49ers the business, jumping out to a 35-7 first half lead capped by Archie Manning's pass to Ike Harris. However, second-year QB Joe Montana showed that he had the stuff to make it in this league, furiously leading his team to score 31 unanswered points in a 38-35 OT win. Still not as painful as, well, you know. Another brutal opener that, okay, I was going to do this one all serious, but the starting QB for the Falcons this game was named Dick Shiner. Dick Shiner, that's all I got. Beloved in Chicago, this man's name can't be mentioned in New Orleans without a few cuss words in the middle. Mike Ditka started things off in 1997 with back-to-back 6-10 seasons and then traded an entire draft for Bud-loving Rick Williams. And once it was obvious the team was a total dumpster fire, the overpaid Ditka admitted in a press conference that he didn't have it anymore.
You thinking about the
Yes.
Get out?
Yes. I don't have it anymore. No, I wouldn't quit right now. But if I was fired, I'd quit right now. Other than that, I would quit right now. I have no...
After 3 seasons and a 15-33 record, Ditka was shown the door. Ricky Williams still probably loves that weed though.
Smoke weed every day.
It seems like the NFL used to hand out Super Bowls to any facility, as this one hosted 3, all in a 5-year period, because one got canceled at the Superdome. The annual host of the Sugar Bowl, Tulane Stadium hosted the Saints for 7 years until the aforementioned Superdome was built. It was demolished in 1999 and the area sat empty until the new Yeoman Stadium was built in 2013.
Start things off in New Orleans' most painful eliminations of the day. Number 6. Welcome to Beast Mode. Nope. Number 5. Buckle-Roney, the San Francisco Trees.
Step on second down. He throws it. It's caught by Vernon.
Yeah, it's like they're playing a bunch of girls out there. I guess I shouldn't say that.
Step on 3rd and 3. He throws to the end zone.
Number 4, Marquez Colston, who likes to throw more than football games. See what I did there? Number 3, Marcus Williams and the disconnected controller.
Steps into it.
Number 2, in which the Saints get fucked by ref ball. This interception by Drew Brees in overtime, you didn't see this happen. The only winner is the victim complex of Saints fans. And finally, number 1. Being a heavy favorite against the Vikings only to sink lower than the city is below sea level. Prepare yourselves for having absolutely no answers from the Vikings defense. Don't put Sean Payton in a watch store because he can't manage a clock to save his goddamn life. Drew Brees needs another ring, and that's why he's going to throw into double coverage and cough up the football. Will people focus on the Saints' insufficient play? No, it's on those damn overtime rules. They need to be changed. It's called a team game for a reason. If your defense can't stop a 75-yard drive when it matters, you don't deserve the chance at offense. Also, the touchdown was borderline due to a lot of contact between both defender and receiver. Review the play? What, and bruise the ref's egos? The team that pitched to get the rule instituted was screwed by the same rule they petitioned for. If that ain't irony, then I'm not a total fucking asshole. Who dat? Failures.
I got 3 words for you. You like that?
I know what every Saints fan wishes this was. It's fitting that because this wasn't used, everything got blown. Host of 3 Super Bowls in 5 years, one accidentally because the Superdome wasn't finished, Tulane Stadium kicked off the NFL's odd fetish with the city of New Orleans with Super Bowl IV, the matriculate down the field game. This concrete bowl had one thing going for it. It was huge. And though it might have been sufficient at the time for a Super Bowl, by today's standards it makes you wonder how not 1 but 3 games were held here. It was demolished in 1979. So you have to ask yourself why an average dome stadium has hosted 7 Super Bowls, with an 8th on the books in 2024. Well, if it isn't some type of Nolan-style payoff to Roger Goodell, the reason is hotel capacity and nice weather. So I guess the town is set up to receive many visitors and free looks at boobs every year. The Superdome would be above average, however it's the only facility on this list that caused a significant delay in the game due to a power outage. I still don't get the NFL's hard on for this place. The Super Bowl hostess with the mostest, 7 total, is currently being renovated again, and even though it's 45 years old, will likely be in use for a long time as it's set to host its 8th big game in 2024. Engineering-wise, it's a sturdy structure, but it got high marks from me for being a short Uber from Bourbon Street. Party on. Before 2009, the Saints had the saltiest fan base in maybe all of sports, but yeah, Drew Brees helped change that. Still though, that call in the NFC Championship game made you more bitter than a cranberry bog, so much so you made a whack rap about it.